Hey everybody, this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Storybook Land in New Jersey, Egg Harbor Township, I believe. And we're going to do a quick little walkthrough and explore this park, which is right off the Black Horse Pike in Egg Harbor Township. So now, as soon as you come in, you're going to come right into the main gift shop, kind of like a Dutch Wonderland stuff. Now this is definitely a place for kids. So what we're doing is we're going to go, as soon as we came in, we went to the right, and we're going to show you all the stuff here. So right here is Whirlybirds, which is a nice little, kind of a Ferris wheel kind of attraction. Now over here looks like they got some construction going, and rumor has it they're getting another brand new roller coaster soon, so that looks like what this is. Now right here, this is the Candy Cane Express, which is kind of a tram car that takes you throughout, because surprisingly, when I walked through here quick to get the coaster credit, it was a lot bigger than I thought this park was going to be. Now this is definitely for kids. Every ride is kind of geared for kids, but over here towards the expansion area there is a place for picnics and stuff like that. Now right here, right next to the Ferris wheel, is Rock, Spin and Roll, which looks like a dizzy drum type ride like they have at Hershey Park. And then right next to that is Miss Mary Quite Contrary. It's a little area here. So you want to talk about people who really want fairy tales here. This entire park is very fairy tale based. Now right there's the main entrance again. So as you come over here, you have the dining depot, which it looks like it's their main food area here. But still, if you can tell, it's very colorful, bright, everything is nice. I love how the water spout is actually shooting out water into a pond. Over here you got three little pigs. You got the wolf, you got the straw house, you got the wood house, and you got the brick house. And of course with that you actually got the three little pigs with the house that stands because it's made of brick. So pretty much this entire park is fairy tale based. Now this looks like one of the bigger attractions here. Kind of a drop tower, but not quite. But if you look at the top of it, you actually got a spinning clock. And this one is called Hickory Dickory Dock. So there is the clock there. So like I said, the neat thing about it is you come up there, and there is the clock spinning. And of course right here is the carousel. Now, this looks like a fairly standard carousel. All horses, a couple carriages and stuff like that, but fairly standard. Now as we come over here, come back this direction here, you got Storybook Land Junction. It is Tock Clock Drop. That's the name of the clock. And Storybook Junction there. Now that looks more like the, not quite the train, but that was the tram that came by. So yeah, this is definitely a much bigger park than I anticipated coming in. And we come over here, you got the Happy Dragon attraction. And we're gonna give you a quick little look at this one. Here's the Happy Dragon attraction. The dragons go up and down, and you actually control it. And we come over here. You've got the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. And this is called Out on a Limb. Yet again, if you zoom in, it's got another tree face there. It's basically a small flying trapeze. Now we're continuing. Now remember when we entered, we came in through the right. So this is all the stuff that you're seeing here over towards the right. Now here you got Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. And when you come through here, looks like there's a house back here. we're already down the path, so we might as well see what it is. But that ding dong you hear is the train. The train goes all along the side of this amusement park. So there's a nice little showroom here. You hit the button. This is a nice little thing. It is air conditioned in here, which is also very nice. So, now yet again, we are at Storybook Land, and they are definitely living up to their name here in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Now there is a coaster credit here, and we're going to show you that in a few, and it's Bubbles, but that's on the other side of the park. But we're going to walk around here quick. We're doing the outer edge right now, so if you check it out on the map, we're basically hugging the outer edge of the park, because right there's the trains. And here it looks like you got some antique cars. There goes the monorail that we saw earlier. And you come out this way, there is a Zap race. And we'll see what that looks like in a second here. Actually, we're catching up to Bubbles, so we're almost there. Yeah, this is neat. I'm going to love to go on the other side here, but with the antique cards called the old timers, there's actually a Bob's Big Boy miniature right here. But right here, we're actually at the Zap race. And we'll show you what this looks like real quick. Here's a train, and there's a tunnel there with some stuff. So that's the Zip-Zag race. There's all these little storybooks everywhere. And that's the station right there for the old timers, which is the antique cars. Actually, I don't see any of the antique cars going. Oh wait, as soon as I said that, guess what's here? Here comes antique car. I do like the name old timers. It's a good name for us. Now right here, this is the coaster credit that's currently here called Bubbles the Dragon Coaster. And actually this house right here, that you see right there, it actually launches out bubbles when you go through, which I thought was kind of neat actually. Not just a clever name, it's actually a true name. So, and this was a little bit more intense than I thought it would be for a kid style coaster. Here's a good way to look at it. So, actually is a little bit more intense than most family kid coasters. As we continue down this way, now where we're at here, this is the main drag that I came down when you make a left. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to the back of the park. You cross this bridge here because you have a nice little creek here. And we're going to go all the way to the back here, checking out all the stuff on this side. And then we're going to turn around and go all the way back through. So here is the train. Now what I like about how the train's going here, you actually have railroad crossings, and you got like a little covered bridge right here that the train goes across. We're definitely going to be doing a POV of the train later on, and so keep an eye out for that video. It looks like we're coming to the end, the far end of the park. But yet again, for kids, this is an amazing. I'm actually slightly blown away. Now, it is a $30 day pass, but of course you can get a season pass for about $60, $70. And then if you go online, you can actually get a little bit cheaper. I got mine, I think, for $27 today. And I did get the coaster credit, so it was definitely worth it. So all the way here at the far end is what they call Billy Goat's Gruff. And they call it Billy Goat's Gruff for one simple reason. There is a giant billy goat at the top. Zoom up there. Kind of reminds me of the mountain coaster Goats on a Roof, which has goats on the roof. So there's definitely truth in advertising laws here. But here you go, you can actually feed. Don't know what kind of food that is, but it's something that billy goats eat apparently. And here's some information. If you want to learn something, pause the video and read it. All right, now we're going to go all the way back through the park because we're at the far end of the park. little safari thing over there. So we come over here. This is called Pirate Panic. And I gotta say, this place is definitely very colorful. So Pirate is basically a squirt gun thing. Actually, I haven't seen one as detailed as this. It's kind of really neat. And then right next to that is the exit. Let's show you what this is. We got so many little statues and stuff. So I'm assuming this is kind of Puss in Boots here. But you got a couple nautical things here. And we'll get their names in a second. But this is kind of neat. So this is kind of like a, almost like Jolly Rancher remix, just a little bit smaller. So let's see what the name of these attractions are. This one's called Deep Sea Divers. So that's what we just saw, is Deep Sea Divers. And as we come across here, there's the train. Great shot of the train going through with bubbles. Now back here, there's an attraction too. A little splash zone here. Very hot day here. Now this is called the Rocking Tug. And we've seen these before. These are at a lot of different parks. They rock back and forth. Kind of like a pipe screen, just a lot smaller. But that's Rocking Tub there. Right there's the Deep Sea Divers. And over here is a nice little splash zone. And it is a hot day. It's already in the 90s, going to 100 today. So this is going to be a popular place later. So kind of the back of the park here is kind of nautical themed. Pirates and deep sea divers and stuff. So let's see what this thing is called. This is called the Storybook Seaport. And of course you got a giant lighthouse right there. Now, if you're following where we are, we're heading back down that main path because right there's Bubbles again. You got restrooms here. And here's that train station with the covered bridge. Bubbles is actually a decent ride. Like I said, I was surprised how intense it was. We already shot a POV of it. We got permission, of course. We never do a POV unless we have permission. So right here in the creek here, it doesn't seem to have very running water, but they actually have a sea monster. And now we're going to come over here. This is called the Turtle Twirl. So it's a tilt and whirl, but it is a turtle-themed tilt and whirl. And you get a good breeze from these, but wow. So that is a tilt and whirl with turtles. As we come back around, that was Turtle Twirl. Right there is Bubbles again. Now, we've seen the train a million times. Over here, right by Turtle Whirl, is actually where the train station is. So we're going to show you that real quick. So right there's the Turtle Twirl. And right over here, this is the J&J Railroad where you can get the train. There's Bubbles the coasters. And you know what? I just got to show you this sign. The Turtle Twirl sign is pretty good. But you know what? This Bubbles the coaster, first of all, I gotta love the name. Love the theme. Love the fact that there is actually bubbles on it. This is actually my 337th credit. But that's a great shot of that. Now right here along this area here, you got Gingerbread Man running away. And right here, when you're in South Philly, it's very Philly. South Jersey, it's very Philly here. And you actually got an homage to the Phillies here with a World Series champions 2008. And you got those logos there. So here's the antique cars. So we're going to head over here real quick here. Like I said, for a children's park, this is a lot bigger than I anticipated coming in. And I'm actually happy about that. I thought that was a nice little addition here. So here's the old timers. And oh my gosh, okay, I got to walk all the way down here. And it's a hot day, but you got to see this. Because the old timers, which is the antique cars, which yet again, great name. There's Bubbles going. But they literally got the Pep Boys. They got the Pep Boys, people. Manny, Mo, and Jack. So I got Manny, there's Mo. Gotta make sure we get Jack there. So the old timers, yet again, not just a great name, but also the fact that you got the Pep Boys right there. That just really just made my day. So we're going to cut across this way again. Go along, because remember we took the outer loop? And there's a lot of things everywhere here. So over here also with this, I told you before we saw the backside of them. Here is, so you don't just have them, you also have right there through the woods, Bob's Big Boy, like I mentioned. So as you come over here, you've got the green stamps. I don't know if people remember the green stamps, those were years ago. But this whole section here is a whole new area that we haven't hit before. So here's a another house here. So this one I think is Sleeping Beauty. So you got all these little houses in here. That was a whirly train. So we did that one before. That was the train there. There's a nice little maze there. There's a card maze. There's a Beanstalk Bounce, which is a frog hopper, but a little bit different there. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs house looks very popular today. But over here, this is the Beanstalk Bounce, and of course, on the top you got to have the giant. So there's a ride over here that we need to get. Here's actually the pumpkin carriage from Snow White, I believe that is. There's a frog on a toadstool here. And this is called Tea Time, which makes sense. A little bit different than the typical tea kettles, but the one in the middle is very adorable. Now this is Alice in Wonderland, so basically that maze we saw starts here, and it's a whole Alice in Wonderland theme ride. I gotta say, the theming at this park is fantastic. So now we're going back out to the main drag again, so right over there is Bubbles, right over there's the Phillies. And we're gonna head out this way, and we're gonna wrap around towards the front. And we're gonna have this all set there. Bubbles is really going. They got some great operations there, because it seems like that's always flying by. All right, so right over here is the tram that goes around. So you come out this way, there's another work zone. But this one actually isn't a work zone. It's actually a ride called the Work Zone, where you got these guys on their cranes and all that kind of stuff there. And the actual ride is they're going around on these construction vehicles. So that's Work Zone. So it actually is named Work Zone, but it actually is not a work zone. And here's the Caboose Diner. There's actually food inside this diner you can check out. Now back here you actually got elephants. Let's see what the name of this one is. This is a standard ride. You see this at a lot of parks. And they always have a lot of good signage. So this one is Jumpin' Jumbos. And if you go inside there are the Jumpin' Jumbos. Alright, we're coming around this way again. There's a lot to see here. So this is Santa's workshop. Actually got elves in there. Let's see there. There's some more Santa elves kind of stuff. Right over here you got a center castle kind of thing. Yet again, very noble, domestic, and there's actually goose in here. So these are domesticated, so this is their home actually. It's not just a clever name. There's actually Goosey Gander Castle. And yet again, if you zoom in, right there are 3 of them, so they definitely are domesticated. As we come over this side here, going across the tracks again, because the train is truly everywhere. And now we're here actually on the main walkway, because you can see up ahead is the exit. But there's a couple other little things I want to show you here. But if you want to go to the right instead of going, go to the left instead of the right, this is where you end up when you first come in. And this is Moby Dick. You're not shooting water, but the only water attraction I actually see is that splash zone earlier. Here's Jack and Jill went up the hill and they slide back down. As we come around here. Yet again, theming wise, I am just blown away by it. So this is Peter Pumpkin Eater. That's Peter Pumpkin Eater there. Over here is the Crooked Man with the crooked house. There's this crooked house. There's the train again. Right over here is a woman who lived in a shoe. She had a lot of kids, didn't know what to do. There's that awesome tree again. Kind of have a dead end here. So we're going to come on out of this area one more time and head right over to the front. So once again, this is Storybook Land in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Highly recommended if you have kids. And we're going to do a couple rides. We're definitely going to be jumping on the train and do a POV of the train and a few other things. But now we're working our way back to the front. So yet again, when we started, we went to the right. Now we're coming over to the left on this way here. And over there you got Santa, Storybook Land there. And of course right here in the front you actually have Storybook Land birthday cake, and you got snow cones. Today is Christmas in July, so all the kids get free snow cones. So this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge, and we're here at Storybook Land in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey.